Moshe Rabbeinu was learning B'chavrusa with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and all of a sudden the Chavrusa is interrupted by the following statement. Moshe Rabbeinu, you have to go down. Saru maher min haderech hashet tzivisim, asu lahem egel masecha. In one of the greatest understatements of the Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Saru maher. Really? It's literally 40 days since Maimad Har Sinai. They're still at Har Sinai, and somehow, in a way we'll never understand, Bnei Yisrael make an egel. How is such a thing possible? For thousands of years, Jews who've read Parshat Tisa ask the same question. How could the same people who met HaKadosh Baruch Hu 40 days earlier have made a golden calf? I want to share with you one thought that helps me with the Parsha, and that may explain the Mishkan and many other things in Tanakh. When I think to myself, what's going to happen after Mea Ve'esrim Shana? I think I'll tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you know, I was never Oved Avodah Zarah. And I think to myself, probably everybody listening to the shir can make the same statement. And I think it's probably not that great. You know why? Because I also never overcame the Yetzer Hara to worship Avodah Zarah. So how could that be? Let me give you a bad example. I've also never overcome the Yetzer Hara to smoke. Why? I never smoked, so I never developed the Yetzer Hara to smoke. It's only when a person experiences a certain high that they become addicted to it. And what happened at Maimad Har Sinai was that Klal Yisrael experienced the physical Gilui Shechina. HaKadosh Baruch Hu bichvodo uva'atzmo appeared to Klal Yisrael. And the day after, they had a desire to recreate that experience. And that desire is something we've never had in our lives, because we've never been zocha to the kind of Gilui Shechina that Klal Yisrael had at Har Sinai. Having created that desire, Klal Yisrael needed to literally quench it with something. And they went ahead and they created an egel. Of course it was an avera. It was a terrible avera for which we're still being punished. But the motivation for it was something very pure. The motivation was to have another physical experience of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Gilui Shechina, to experience HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a way that we never have. And as we read Parshas Tisa, it seems to me that on the one hand we need to acknowledge the avera that the Dor HaEgel made, but on the other hand, to admire them for their desire to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a desire that we probably don't have. And that's almost certainly the explanation for the Mishkan. Whether you hold like the Ramban, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu recognized that immediately after Maimad Har Sinai, there was a need for a Mishkan as a physical manifestation of his Shechina, or you hold like Rashi, that was only after the Chet HaEgel that HaKadosh Baruch Hu realized the need for the Mishkan as a physical manifestation of his Gilui Shechina. Either way, the desire for HaKadosh Baruch Hu's presence was created at Maimad Har Sinai, and Klal Yisrael needed a way to fulfill that desire. And we, people who are reading Parshas Tisa thousands of years later, need to admire the people who made the Egel for their desire while condemning them for what they did. And when I read the Parsha, I think to myself, if only I could be the kind of person who would desire HaKadosh Baruch Hu's presence and then overcome it and find a way to find his presence in a halachically permissible way, but to really, really want to feel his presence. Shabbat Shalom.